What's up, Kubota crew? Welcome back to our live stream. Hopefully y'all are doing well. Got a little bit of a down run yesterday happen after the live stream. Kind of a false break, you know. We were talking about we were kind of talking about it going up, and didn't end up happening. Actually ended up kind of retesting that breakout trigger and then just breaking down after that. If you were watching it, we did get a little bit of a retest here onto our breakdown trigger before it completely broke down, but it was some weird price action, a little bit of a weird break. We covered it all in our recap, so if you want to check that out at 10, it'll be coming out. All of this price action covered. We talked about how the battle box fit into it, and I believe we talked about why we weren't able to take this, or we didn't take it. But according to our system, if you're just taking it blindly, you could have probably took it right here on that retest. Yeah, but it was some weird price action. There was a little bit of just a little bit of a false break, and it continued down. So if you took that, congratulations, good job. That fits into the system, but if not, then not too bad. We were kind of watching it there, but we didn't jump in. So yeah, hopefully y'all are doing well today, are ready to kind of dive into some trades here, see what we got going on, see what we can get, into, what kind of trades we can start up, see if there's anything out here on the market that we possibly could jump into, BTC specifically. We haven't really I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Got our coffee ready today. Kind of ready to set up our market, see what's going on. See what kind of trades we can jump into today. Yeah, hopefully we'll find something. Was a decent amount of move yesterday, even though it was a little bit of a false breakdown. We did get a decent amount of move, so there's a possibility we could be having a recovery day today. Just kind of coasting sideways until tomorrow, and then we'll see what would happen there. All right, let's go ahead and head on over to our Kubota.com site and set up our charts for today. So we'll start off with Kubota.com. If you've never seen this before, you can go ahead and type it into your browser, Kubota.com, Kabroda.com. You can also use the link in our description to check it out. Basically what this is this is our AI, I would say indicator, but it's not so much really an indicator. It's more of, I don't know, it's more of like a mentor type thing. This part is more of an indicator, I would say, and then our actual AI integration part is more of a mentor part. So we basically trained it how to trade, so then it can teach you how to trade, for educational purposes only, obviously, but that's what the whole goal of it is here. So we got Bitcoin already selected and the New York futures selected for our session, because that's what's happening right now. That's what we're looking for. 8 o'clock is the New Year's futures session, so that's what we're watching for. And once we get these set up, we'll just go ahead and hit initiate calibration. And now you can see it just went ahead and populated these fields down here. So we got our resistance, we got our breakdown trigger, our breakup trigger, breakdown trigger, our daily support, all right here. just nice and easy for you to see. And these are actually the same colors that they will be on the actual indicator on TradingView. And that the indicators also do come with our site. So if you end up subscribing to our site here, you can go ahead and use our indicators as well as the BetterBox AI. So once we get these kind of on here like this, we can go ahead and hit copy indicator data, and that'll copy it to our clipboard. And then we just have to head back to TradingView here, open up our indicator. So I have mine right here, and we'll go ahead and paste it right here into this data source box right here. Get it pasted in there. All the lines will move, and now you can kind of see where we're at for today. So looks like we got our POC right here. We're kind of sitting in. Down here on this purple is our breakdown trigger. So we've kind of already tested that today, and then as well as the breakout trigger up here in green. We've also tested that today. And then all the other different lines on here are pretty much different resistances and supports. So the boxes here are our other indicator, and those are our higher time frame supports and resistances there. And then the dotted lines here, so we got this blue dotted line here and a red dotted line up here. Those are both going to be your resistance and support. So we got support down here in blue, and then resistance up here in red. So they actually do line up pretty well with the longer time frame ones that are in the boxes that we were just talking about. So we know there's a decent amount of resistance above, a decent amount of resistance below. And you can kind of see we've tested it here. This zone we've kind of tested and broke through, and now we've retested it there. So they are a decent amount of decent resistance or decent support, and we are looking to take it up. If you don't know what resistance and daily resistance and support is, it's basically just if price action is below the like whatever line it is, your resistance or support. Really, if you're below that though, it's going to be called resistance, and then if price action is above it, then that's support. And price action is wherever the chart's at right now. So right now you'd say, oh, price action's at 89,100 around there, and then obviously you'd say, okay, down here is support. So anything down here is support, and anything above that line is going to be resistance. Pretty simple there. It's not too hard to explain. And then there's a couple different ways you could get resistance or support lines on your chart. For us, it's mostly math based, but you can actually use the chart to kind of tell you where they are. So like you could say, oh, we came down here and we hit, and then we came and hit again, and then we finally broke through. And you could say, okay, well, that's a support line. And I would have put it like right here somewhere, maybe like this, maybe. So a little bit higher up. Zoom in a little bit so you can see it a little better. So we put it right here because you can see we tested 1. This is technically a test 2, and then 3, 4. So you've tested it 4 different times just in that line, and then we finally ended up actually breaking through it, but 4 different tests and then a breakthrough. So that's the basics of support and resistance, but there's a ton of different ways to use it. People use it to people use it for full-on trading systems. So you can just check it out, dive more deep into it if you want. I believe we have some videos on our channel covering it. So if you want to check out some of those, go ahead and check out those. Pretty interesting topic to learn about, I guess. Definitely one of the more basic things in TA that you can learn about. But it's one of those things, you learn it, but you use it pretty much every day as you're trading, depending on how you're trading, I guess. So we got ours on there though, and it's ready to go. All of our different support and resistance is on there, and we're ready to go looking at the chart. next up, we're going to launch our BattleBox AI, the actual AI of our BattleBox here. So we got all of our stuff calibrated now. We're kind of sitting on this screen. We already copied our indicator data right here. And now we can just click on this green button that says Launch BattleBox AI. It'll actually copy it right here. So if you already have it open, you can just hit cancel and go and paste it in there. We don't have it open though, so we're going to hit proceed to terminal. And it'll open up a new website with our Proto Trading BattleBox AI right here, all built in. And then all we have to do is just paste our block right into here. Hit send. And it'll generate a full-on DMR for us. For those of you who don't know, DMR's a daily market review for our channel. Basically, it just means the BattleBox went and analyzed all the data you just gave it and spit back out basically like a little TA box of kind of what it thinks is going to happen, what's more likely to happen, what the day's kind of looking like, if it's leaning which way or that, possible, I don't know, different levels to watch for, stuff like that. So it's pretty informative. Definitely helps to kind of read through it, see where we're at, see what we've kind of got going on. You can't do all of this yourself for sure. It just makes it a little easier, and it kind of gives a different perspective. So we might be able to run through it and be like, okay, this is what's happening. I think this is gonna do this, and this is gonna do that, and this is what it's looking like, and maybe we're gonna go down here, and then this will happen, that will happen, blah blah blah, and then it's saying, well, we probably will go up because of this, this, and this. Well, okay, there you go. You just learned something. And it's not 100% perfect every single time, but it is pretty good. I would say 90% of the time it's pretty on point. So you want to make sure that you're watching it, just kind of checking in with it. It's definitely for educational purposes only, like I said, but it is a great place to kind of learn how to trade, really, how to be more professional about your trading if you're already kind of trading. And then, you just kind of run through it, check it out, and just feel free to ask it questions, because even on top of this DMR, you can go ahead and ask it like, oh, hey, should I get into this? Or what are you thinking about this happening? Or I think this is going to go up because blah, 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 blah. And it will just tell you like, okay, this is what I'm seeing. This is what you should be jumping into, that thing. It is based off of our system. So if you are going to use it, just remember that if you're not trading our system, it will keep trying to like pull you back into our system, telling you like, oh, well, you want to watch out for like using this because your rules say blah, 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 blah. So just fair warning there on that. We can kind of run through this here. So basically it says that we're trading around 88,918 in the New York futures session, opening side with a band status inside the bands. Basically we're just in between the breakout and breakdown levels. Price is kind of rotating in between those. Haven't picked a directional anything to kind of prove it. Right now we're kind of towards the top half of the box. 14-day ATR is near the 270. Room for movement, but structure is not currently signaling expansion entry in energy. This is an environment where the first move can still be the test, not intent. Alright, so we're gonna go check out the chart real fast because we are getting a little bit of a pump here up to our daily spot here. So we're kind of just yeah, we're pumping up hard, possibly coming up to hit that. We'll kind of have to watch and see what happens. Yeah, the one thing is we just haven't gotten like nice, like, I don't know, the chart's not looking great today, honestly. I'm thinking it's more of a flat day. Possible move still, you know, like there's always a possible move. Just like yesterday I was saying, it looked like we're going to go up and we end up going down. So there's definitely a possible move, but for what I can see, just looking at the chart, we're looking pretty sideways right now. So we're just not looking like anything crazy. So I'm not like super crazy, like stoked about the market today, but you know, we'll see what happens as we kind of go. We can go ahead and go back and check out the rest of our DMAR here, and then we can kind of work through the higher time frames. Actually, you know what? We'll just go on to the higher time frames. There's not a whole lot going on. Alright, so for the daily bias, we can kind of read this as we watch price action. The daily models lean is neutral with a score of -14 and low confidence at 13.5. That neutrality makes sense because both the 1 day and 4 hour contexts are labeled ranging, and the slope score is 0, which has been the last couple of days. That means there's no directional pressure being expressed through trend postures. So basically 4 hour and 1 hour aren't really telling us like a clear trend. So it's not like expected that we're going to move like a certain way. Just as important, the permission state is hold fire. So basically we're not supposed to be trading anything. We're waiting on the 15-minute acceptance plus the 5-minute alignment. So even if a trader feels pulled by the weekly backdrop being bullish, today's decision framework is still telling you the pressure is not yet proof. So essentially what it's saying is just because the weekly is looking more bullish, you're not going to want to jump into anything on the intraday like this, because we haven't really shown proof that we're going to continue and move up there. Moving on, we're going to go and jump into the 4 hour and kind of run through a little bit of TA here on the 4 hour, kind of see where we're at for today. So the 4 hour is in a range, and the system slope posture is flat. In a 4 hour range, continuation attempts often fail unless price can leave value and stay out. That's why acceptance language matters more than a level touch today, and the environment naturally invites two-way trade until one side earns control. Like we were saying, still kind of in the middle here. We are actually below the 21 and the 200 now, though, so that is a bearish sign for us. We say that's part of basic TA on the channel. Basically, when you're below both of those, you're bearish. If you're above both of them, you're bullish, and then if you're in the middle of them, you are kind of neutral. And we were neutral yesterday, I believe, so we just recently broke into that bearish section kind of just yesterday. But like the battle box said, we are kind of ranging to the side, so no real clear direction kind of there yet. I would say if anything, if you're going to lean one way or the other, I would say we'd lean a little bit to the bear side more, just based off the 4 hour price action. You can kind of see we're kind of in that breakdown trend here, breakdown, and then right now we're kind of forming somewhat of a flag over to the side, looking for that continuation down. You can see MACD is kind of actually showing the opposite, with a little bit of a loss of momentum here going to the upside, and then RSI is kind of bottomed out here as well, so we're looking for a little bit of a break up there. So kind of all over the place, you know, price action staying down, you got the indicator staying up, you got The battle box kind of saying flat to sideways. So, you know, it's just kind of weird price action right now. Not really telling us one way or the other. If anything, we are looking bearish, like I said, but neutral to bearish is more likely. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump on to the 1 hour here. So for the 1 hour, the truth tests are clean and symmetric. The 1 hour resistance at 91.19, so right here in this orange zone, slash the red line there. And the 1 hour support at 87.900, which is the blue down here, both with a 0.6 strength. When shelves are this evenly weighted, you typically get negotiation first, then resolution only after buyers and sellers prove they can defend outside the prior value framework. Ooh, that's a lot. So basically, if we get the break up here and we continue up and hold above it, then that'll tell us we're going to get the break up. But same thing with the breakdown. We're not really like leaning one way or the other. It's just kind of, if price action does end up doing it, then you know, okay, we're going to go bullish, or okay, we're gonna go bearish. But until we get the breakup and or breakdown and get a close above or below that line and hold it, we're not really doing anything. That's just kind of what we're waiting around to see. So basically what the battle box thinks today is going to happen. The most common behavior it says for today is rotation. Price probes above the 30-minute range, dips back through it, and retests value edges before it commits. In this kind of structure, the market often advertises direction briefly, then checks whether the other side can respond. So today is less about catching the first move and more about watching whether price action can hold outside value, especially around the breakout and breakdown triggers. So the only thing you really could be doing today is kind of taking that rotational trade, which would be either waiting for us to come up and hit this breakout zone, or waiting for us to come and hit the breakdown zone and then rejecting off of it and trading back to the mean. We talked about that trade yesterday. It is a little bit more of an advanced style. So if you're not, honestly, if you're not like really good at trading directional, I wouldn't even mess with that. You'll get plenty of trades. You can just wait and do that. But if you're just itching to trade, you know, which is honestly not a good mindset anyways, but if you are itching to trade, you can honestly take the trade up and take it back down to there. That could be a pretty decent trade here. Not take it up, I guess, but you know, take it as it hits this line and take it down. You want to make sure though, if you're going to do that, that you're waiting for that confirmation that we're actually seeing a rejection here off of the breakout zone, because if you jump in too early, you're just gonna you could get a breakout, you know, and then you're kind of screwed on the trade. So that's what you want to kind of be watching for. That's what you want to be mindful of as you kind of jump into it today. Today, the response that you should have as a professional trader is quiet and evidence driven. If you get acceptance alignment, you'll have a real structure to work with. If you don't, your win conditions not find something anyway. It's preserved clarity and capital while the market stays in negotiation. So basically, what the battle box is saying there is that today you're kind of just sitting around waiting, sitting on your hands, kind of like yesterday, sitting with your line in the water. If something ends up happening, just like yesterday, you're going to jump in. If not, though, you know, you just kind of sit back, relax, enjoy the day off, basically. Still want to watch the market a little bit, you know, kind of see what's happening, but otherwise, you just kind of sit back and relax. I honestly don't see a ton of stuff really happening today. It's kind of looking pretty sideways, so we'll kind of see as we go into later in the day, but you know, that would be kind of my take on it, is that we're kind of going to go sideways, not really looking at anything crazy. But yeah, just kind of grind sideways. So nothing crazy, nothing to be like super stoked about, you know. We'll kind of just have to watch price action today. Yeah, really nothing to wait for, nothing to kind of watch. Yep. Pretty boring day, really. Overall, Wednesday. Typically Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are pretty good, but this week, honestly, we've been pretty slow. We did have, like I said, we did have a little bit of a nice down run yesterday, so it would make sense if today kind of just sat around and rested. It's just kind of how price action is. Some days, you know, you get a couple runs in a week, but like you'll get like a run down and then you'll get the continuation like the next day, the day after, but it really just kind of depends. But yeah, so I guess it's a good time to jump in on those hodl positions, get a little bit more BTC, something like that. We are getting down there, 89,000. But overall, yeah, we're just looking sideways today, so not a whole lot really else to kind of run over, honestly. Like I said, if you haven't checked out our battle box, it's on there, so check that out. Yeah, check it out. We got a whole bunch of things in the work for that as well, so it's only going to continue to get better and better. We're going to continue to see more and more stuff coming in and checking it out. So yeah, if you haven't already signed up, sign up, check it out. It is a pretty cool little thing there. You're going to want to jump in on it. One of the first of its kind, I think. So yeah, one of the first AI trading indicators, so check it out. Yeah, like I said, that's really it. Not a whole lot to do today. Kind of watching the levels, kind of really just sitting back, relaxing, watching the chart, price action kind of move around. But yeah, honestly, we don't have much more to go on the live, so I guess I'll just be ending it. So yeah, thank y'all for watching. Thanks for coming, checking us out, sticking with us for a little bit. Hopefully that helped y'all a little bit with your TA for the morning. Kind of jump in and see what's going on for today. Yeah, like I said, just be watching those breakout triggers, breakdown trigger. Watch for something happening kind of in the middle of that. But yeah, don't be afraid to kind of just sit on your hands. It's not really a day to kind of jump into anything. It's not crazy like that. So yeah, like I said, thanks for watching. Make sure you check out that recap at 10 if you want to kind of see what happened yesterday, see what kind of price action was happening, see just a little bit of a recap of what we were talking about yesterday in the live stream, and how it ended up breaking down, and why we were kind of watching it and kind of questioning, like, why is it breaking down, you know, and not just jumping into a breakdown trade yesterday. So yeah, check that out. And again, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing, thumbsing up. Always helps the channel grow. We're trying to get our stuff out to more and more people, get more and more people involved, and teach them how to trade, and just reach that financial freedom goal that I feel like most people have these days. So yeah, thank y'all for watching. We will catch y'all tomorrow at 8. We're hoping the market will be a little bit better tomorrow, but we'll see as we get into it. So yeah, like I said, catch y'all tomorrow. Happy trading to y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. See ya.